Hey everyone, James here from JVC Paints, back with another video. Today we're going back to the 5th century BC. We're going to be taking a look at some Spartans from Warlord Games. So this is an unboxing video where I'm going to go from the unboxing of the product all the way to what you see here. So let's get started. Let's open the box. Now for the unboxing of Warlord Games' Hail Caesar Spartans. I've already cut the plastic on the side here. Sorry for the glare, but Warlord Games we got 40 multi-pulse hard plastic Spartans. Including a full color water slide shield transfer. So I'm going to put the camera down here for a second. I'm going to take everything out and we'll go through what's in the box. Here are the contents of the box. You get 4 large sprues with 8 hoplites each, and then you get 4 Spartan-specific sprues with only 2 guys, but it has all the Spartan helmets and some weapons and things like that. You get the water slide decals there for your shields, and you get a pack of 8 metal shields and with some little arrows there as well. Here are the smaller Spartan-specific sprues. You get 2 guys per sprue. You get an unarmored hoplite, and you get an armored hoplite as well. It has 8 Spartan helmet heads. You get one with the crest. And you get some Spartan-specific weapons and some hats and things like that to give you guys more of a Spartan feel. Here's the larger sprue that you get. You get 8 guys on here. You get 1 armored guy, and you get 2 unarmored hoplites, and the rest of them are in the cuirasses. Mix of shields and weapons and helmets and all kinds of wonderful stuff. This is basically the standard sprue when you order hoplites from Warlord Games. Just a quick peek at the back. There's a lot of detail in the back of the shield, so I painted it. You don't have to, but I did it. Word to the wise, do the shields separately. The metal shields and the little arrows that you can put on the shields will come in a little plastic bag. Here, just to take a peek, you've got the front of the shield and the back of the shield. Here are the decals that you get. You get 40 in black, 40 lambdas in white, and 40 lambdas in red, so you can make your entire unit uniform, which is pretty handy. One thing I found kind of frustrating when I was researching these figures before I bought them is that there were no shots of the figures front and back that I could find. It was just a bunch of shields and a bunch of spears. So these are the unarmored hoplites with the Spartan heads. Very basic figures to do, just a few colors. Same with the ones in the linen cuirass. I did the white last to make sure that it popped. Some of them do have mullets, which is kind of cool, so you get to do that sort of ancient Greek hairstyle. Yeah, there's only about 4 or 5 colors on these guys, really. And then finally here we have the front and back of the armored guys. Now, these are 2 different figures. One of them is Spartan-specific. I believe it's the one on the left. But yeah, same thing, just a handful of colors. They don't take a long time to do. It's just a lot of them. That's all. If you're thinking about buying these guys and doing this setup, this is something that I think is somewhat important. When I did these guys, my original idea was that I was going to have these guys in the cuirasses here. They were going to be raised, their spears raised, and I was going to have these guys in the back here. You can see with this ginger guy here. They were going to sort of have the shield sort of, pardon me, their spears at sort of an angle like that. What I found is that when I was basing these guys, when I'm getting them onto the bases, it was really, really difficult with the way that the arms are. Because a couple of things, some arms are more raised than others. As you can see, maybe this guy in the back, let me just tilt the camera back a little bit here. This guy here, his arm is raised really high, whereas you got these other guys where their arms are kind of a bit lower. Also, some of the shields are about, I would say 1 or 2 millimeters wider in diameter. So you've got shields hitting one another, etc. like that. So word to the wise, if you are going to do this kit, I would do 1 stand and test it out to make sure that they all line up first, and then follow that pattern throughout. Unfortunately, they don't give you a lot of sword arms. You can use the sword guys as sort of a filler, if you know what I mean, to sort of, pardon me, minimize any kind of contact between figures. But like in this corner over here, I mean, these guys are basically all stabbing each other in the head and everything like that. So, yeah, just a word to the wise, and yeah, line them all up and then give them a blast. So I'm going to sand these guys and see how it goes. As someone was explaining about how to get these guys ranked up in the last little section here, you probably saw that the bases were made out of white plastic card. You don't get bases with this kit from Warlord Games, which I think is kind of cheeky, especially for the price of these things nowadays, but be that as it may. Usually when I do figures that are on a base, I'll put some putty around the lip of the figure's base onto the actual base that I'm going to be using for gaming. These guys, I didn't feel that it was necessary, so I sort of skipped that part. The basing is just basically white glue, sand, dry brushed up. Kind of try to keep it a little bit more Mediterranean, a little bit more dry, using lighter honey brown color. I also made a movement tray, as you can see here. What I did endeavor to do, though, is, and I'll just slide to the side here, is I made the front of the movement tray about a centimeter wider in the front, just so that the spears, when you do play, you're not gonna, you know, you'll be able to get the movement tray up to a movement tray. The other thing that I did do, I don't think I mentioned this earlier, is I had the idea of how I was going to have these guys lined up with their spears, but also how I have them lined up in the unit. So we're gonna do a bit of a flyby here. I'm just gonna take the camera here. Apologize, I have some technical difficulties. I had to find the right angle here to show you what I wanted to. What I've done is I've put the 8 armored cuirass guys in the front here. I've given them different helmets. I've got the plumed ones here, the Spartan ones, the black and white ones, and then we see some other red ones there that are more kind of Corinthian, I guess you could say, more reminiscent of what the Athenians would be wearing. Everybody else I've endeavored to keep the Spartan helmets on them. I put the linen cuirass guys on the sides, in the front, and the flanks over here as well. And in the back I have the unarmored guys here. I've kept them all with the Spartan helmets, except we're missing a guy. We've got the ginger guy here, Sparacles, the Spartan. He's all on his own. It's an older kit. I think these were made in 2012, so this is probably some of the first stuff that Warlord was making with their injection mold plastics, and it shows. Comparing these figures to other Spartan figures that are out there in 28mm, maybe the Victrix plastic ones or metal ones from Warlord Games Foundry or other manufacturers, I would say that these ones are kind of lacking in detail. I would like to see the other ones personally. I do have another box of these guys, so I'm going to have 2 units of these eventually in my Spartan army. But yeah, if I was to give them a rank, like a score out of 5, I'd give it maybe 3.25 out of 5, only because I think that there's better stuff out there. There's really nothing wrong with them per se, but I just think that I think the technology has sort of surpassed these figures, and these are kind of gone into the realms of you know, nostalgia. They're already, you know, a decade old. So anyways, guys, that's it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope that helps some people. I know that when I was looking to buy Spartans, and when I look for any miniatures, you know, really, I try to look at the unboxing videos first, and I try to take a look at the figures before I take the plunge and send them my money. So anyways, guys, that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and have a nice weekend, and keep those brushes moving. Bye.